Well, as time flies, new month, new books. I'm Miss Linda, and I'm going to show you what we have cataloged for you, ready to go out the door as soon as you figure out that that's what you want. I'm going to share some new stuff with you. It's November, and the month, well, we should be grateful all the time and filled with gratitude, but I wish everybody, I'll just say it now so I don't forget, a very, very happy and healthy Thanksgiving. And hopefully, if you have time off, come in and grab a new book. Last time in October, I shared a lot of nonfictions with you. So today I'm going to share some of our new, I have 4 different new fiction novels in the Youth Services Department, and 3 picture books, one in particular that I'm very excited about that I will save for last. You have to stay to the very end, okay? The first one, Being Clem by Lisa Klein Ransom. This is a companion to the Coretta Scott King honor-winning Finding Langston. Beautiful, beautiful cover. You can see it. Okay. And let me tell you a little bit about it. Even though his father is away serving as a sailor in World War II, Clem is getting along okay. School is easy for him, and his good humor makes him popular. At home, he can even make his grumpy old sisters and quiet mother laugh. As soon as his family receives the news that their father has died in the Port Chicago disaster, everything begins to fall apart. Clem can barely recognize his home or himself. The sadness is overwhelming, and money is now a huge problem. The obstacles put in place by racial injustice seem insurmountable. Now, being named after the father he barely knew takes on a whole new meaning. How can a boy who feels small and powerless live up to the legacy of his heroic father? How can Clem navigate this harsh new reality and still be true to himself? Being Clem. So that looked like a good one. All right, let's do another one. Hope Springs by Jamie Berry. Like this one as well. Fun cover. All right, 11-year-old Jubilee, I like that name, Jubilee Johnson is an expert at 3 things: crafting, moving, and avoiding goodbyes. On the search for the perfect place to call home, Jubilee tricks Nan into moving to Hope Springs, Texas, birthplace of her TV crafting idol, Arletta Paisley. It's here where Jubilee meets a girl set on winning the local fishing tournament and a boy who says exactly the right thing by hardly speaking at all. But when the town is threatened by a mega chain superstore fronted by Arletta Paisley, Jubilee is faced with her toughest decision yet. Skip town again, or stand up to her one-time hero. With the help of her new friends and the one person she never thought she'd need, her mama, will Jubilee find a way to save the town she's come to love and convince Nan it's finally time to stay? Packed with southern charm and unforgettable characters and a whole lot of crafting. Hope Springs. Sounds good. Sisters of the Never See. Cynthia Lita Smith. Once again, take a look at the cover. And remember, our new things you're always going to see in our new section with it says what's new. You'll see those green dots. Lily and Wendy have been best friends since they became stepsisters, but now their parents are planning for the family to spend the summer apart. English-born fanciful Wendy is going with her father to New York City. Sensible Lily, whose Muskego Creek is staying behind with her mother in the suburbs of Tulsa. And though they won't say it, both girls are fretting about what this change means for their family, especially for their little brother, Michael. Little do they know that a mysterious boy has been watching them from a tree outside their window, okay? A boy who intends to take them away from home for good to an island of wild animals, fairies, and kidnapped children, to a sea of merfolk, pirates, and a giant crocodile. A boy who calls himself, did you guess who it is? Peter Pan. In this modern take on the popular classic award-winning author Cynthia L. Smith weaves an unforgettable story about two girls faced with impossible dangers and inexplicable wonders, and who are determined to find their way back to the family that they love. How cool is that? You can see them, and you look really closely, see them flying over the houses. And as soon as you hear the description, you think of Peter Pan, modern day version. Interesting. Well, you know, like, what can I say? A popular author, Tom Watson, came up with a new stick dog. Yes, stick dog is very popular, and this is Stick Dog Comes to Town, stick dog number 12. So obviously there's a lot of stick dog books, but the kids love them. And if your child is into, it's not quite a graphic novel, but it does have many sketches, little drawings in there. The font is very big and easy to read. So yeah, I think it's a nice stepping stone into the graphic novels, and graphic novels are okay to read. I can give you more scoop on that another time. Weird things are happening in Stick Dog's snow-covered neighborhood. Strangely shaped pine cones hang from trees. Humans sing merry songs all over town. And an odd man is making a list and checking it twice. I love this. Mutt, Karen, Stripes, and Poo Poo have tons of questions. And for the first time, Stick Dog doesn't have the answers, but their good friend Lucy does. And when the dogs learn all about Santa Claus, their hilarious quest begins. Stick Dog Comes to Town. Get it? Santa Comes to Town? All right, let's go over. I picked out 3 new picture books to show you, to share, that are new month, new books. Daddy Likes to Dance. Hilarious. I think this would be a fun one for Father's Day in June, by Amanda J. Smith. Daddy Likes to Dance is a look inside how a child sees their father being silly and playing. With parents' busy lives through work and other obligations, making time for your child or children is essential. Having a special bond through being silly can also help. Perfect story and book for those parents, moms or dads, that like to be silly, and these pictures are hilarious. For example, he's not the best dancer. He says, "That's me," and he loves it when I twirl and I giggle with glee. And there's fun pictures of Dad just being silly. And you know what? It's always good to see that. Good night. Next one, Sandra Boynton, one of our favorites around here, writes a ton of children's board books. This is the original longer version of the Going to Bed book. And when the moon is on the rise, they all go up. The sun has set not long ago, so begins one of the most widely loved children's books ever made. The Going to Bed book was first published in 1982 and has been a cherished part of many millions of bedtimes ever since. Good Night is the larger and longer version, now redrawn by the author for a fabulous new generation, and every copy comes with a free pair of an imaginary singing rabbits. Of course, in Sandra Boynton style, the pictures are wonderful, fun to read, fun for the children to go along with. The font is huge for those of us that have trouble seeing some of the smaller font. Wonderful book. And inside included is a song. So not only do you get to read to your child, you get to sing. Sandra Boynton. Good night. Good night. All right, this is the one I was most excited for that I saved for last, which I think is a beautiful story and perfect for the Thanksgiving season. Amanda Gorman, who did the poetry at the inauguration, the presidential inauguration. This is her words. It's called Change Sings, a children's anthem. And she did, like I said, she did the words, and the pictures are by Lauren Long, who is a New York Times best-selling illustrator that has done several books. And let me read you just a little bit about this. If it says, in this stirring, much anticipated picture book by presidential inaugural poet and activist Amanda Gorman, anything is possible when our voices join together. As a young girl leads a cast of characters on a musical journey, they learn that they have the power to make changes, big or small, in the world, in their communities, and most importantly, I like this part, in themselves. The change comes from within. With lyrical text and rhythmic illustrations that build to a dazzling crescendo by celebrated illustrator Lauren Long, Change Sings is a triumphant call to action for everyone to use their abilities to make a difference. And you see a beautiful back cover. The cover and the colors are just beautiful. It says, I can hear change humming in its loudest, proudest song. I don't fear change coming, so I sing along. And just randomly open this. I love this because I'm a music lover too. This page happens to say, I'm the voice where freedom rings. You're the love your bright heart brings. And it's a beautiful, beautiful picture of two girls and musical instruments sharing the love of music. So on that note, those are your new books for your new month of November. I wish everybody, you and your families, a very healthy and happy Thanksgiving. And we'll see you next month.